YouTube, my name is Mesa Sean, and we are going to review the SCUF Vantage controller. This is the latest product from SCUF Gaming, and this is going to be the gold standard. This is by far the most innovative controller they have ever come up with. They sent me this nice little care package right here, and it's got lots of goodies, and we'll go through that briefly, but I really want to focus on how I would use this controller. I spent all weekend playing Destiny 2 with it. And like I said before, this is the most customizable controller, and I'm going to say the best controller they have ever released. Let's get into the review, folks. Or should I say, let's switch over to a better microphone and overdub this whole thing because the microphone on my camera is not good. Let's go through the care package that SCUF Gaming sent me. Now, it is worth noting that this is an actual licensed PlayStation 4 controller. It's made for PlayStation 4. However, they did say down the road they will have some drivers for PC. You'll notice when I show off some of the accessories here right now, they do have the PlayStation branding on them. Now, there's going to be a number of customization features as well as new internal features. This thing was built from the ground up. It's not like an advanced Impact. It's not like an advanced Infinity Pro. It's completely brand new. Within this care package, they sent me two different faceplates. That's right, you could change the color of your SCUF Vantage and not have to worry about, hey, when I order a controller, what color do I want? Don't worry about it. You could change it on the fly, and it's really easy. They also have these kits that come complete with a number of sticks and triggers. Tall, short, dome, concave, long triggers, normal triggers, whatever you want, you can customize your Vantage. Now, when you open up the SCUF Vantage box, your beautiful SCUF Vantage will be sitting on top. However, you do get a number of things underneath. You also get a carrying case, and I know that will come in handy for myself because every Bungie Activision capture event I've gone to, I always bring my SCUF. The SCUF Vantage will also come with a 10-foot high-speed braided cable and a little compartment if you want to hold some accessories. It will come with itself some accessories, some extra sticks, the key to adjust the trigger stops, and more. So here it is in all its glory. Now, the SCUF Vantage, it's not a PlayStation controller, it's not a SCUF Infinity Pro, it's not a SCUF Impact. This thing was built from the ground up. It is completely brand new with tons of new features. In my opinion, this controller revolves around three key things. 1, functionality, 2, ease of use, and 3 is going to be customization. When I say functionality, I mean some of the functions we are quite familiar with SCUF products. When I say customization, there are just a zillion things you could do to customize this controller, not only in looks, but also in function. When I say ease of use, well, everything is easy on this controller. If you want to swap out your sticks, it's easier. If you want to map buttons to certain paddles, it's easier. Everything is seamless on this controller. On the sides of the SCUF Vantage, you have these new buttons called sax buttons. Now, between the sax buttons and the paddles on the back, it is just limitless in terms of how you want to customize your layout. The benefit to you as a player is full customization. Whatever button you want, whether it's triangle, square, circle, X, R3, L3, the D-pad, you can map those easily to one of the sax buttons or one of the 4 paddles on the back. When I play Destiny 2, I always have jump and slide mapped to the back paddles. It's to the point where I can't use a regular PS4 controller and jump properly. At Guardian Con, when they had a build of Gambit, they only had PlayStation 4 controllers, and safe to say, I was directionally challenged when it came to jumping. Now let's talk about those sax buttons on the SCUF Vantage. You have one on the left and one on the right. So for Destiny 2, I mapped reload and I mapped also swap weapons. So once again, I never have to take my hands off of the thumbsticks if I want to reload or swap weapons. Now at first I was a little concerned, how much pressure do I need? Am I going to reload or swap weapons when I don't really want to? Not at all. They tuned them right. I don't know how they did it, but you don't have to press too hard, but at the same time, you don't have to worry about hitting it by accident. Now, I really love the PS4 share button and also the get into your character button. Well, that's for Destiny 2, of course, because they stick out a little bit higher than normal, which means you're not going to press the main pad in the middle by accident. On the bottom of the controller, we have 2 new switches. On the left-hand side, you could switch between Bluetooth or hardwired. I prefer hardwired just because you get less latency. The switch on the right-hand side, that is used to map functions now to the paddles on the back and also those new sax buttons. So you move the mapping switch to the right and now it's in mapping mode. What you do is, I'm going to do the left paddle here. You hold down the left paddle, press down square,
release square, release the paddle. Now square is mapped to that paddle. It is the same thing for the sax buttons or any of the other paddles. You put it in mapping mode, then you hold down that sax button, hold down the button you want to map it to, release that button, then release the pax button. Now they're mapped to it. The SCUF Vantage also has removable paddles, and it's really easy. And this is just in case you break one of them, but I do believe they are covered under a 12-month warranty when it comes to the paddles. But be careful, don't beat up your controllers. But you could take it right off and then slide it back in, no problem. On the triggers, you have two things, the quick shift trigger stops and the adjustable hair triggers. Right there, I'm adjusting the quick shift trigger stops, which makes you fire on a hair trigger. Now, that can be fun in Destiny 2, firing weapons on a hair trigger. However, when you try to use a fusion rifle or other types of weapons, it won't fire. But you are going to use the adjustable hair triggers. That's where the real money is. So you pop the trigger off, and then you have a little key that you use to fine-tune it. So what I recommend for Destiny 2 is adjust it enough so that a fusion rifle will go off. If a fusion rifle won't go off, that means you adjusted it too much. This way you can fine-tune it so that you still can semi-fire on a hair trigger, but still have things like fusion rifles and other weapons still work. The bottom of the SCUF Vantage has an audio touch bar. You could raise and lower the volume by simply scrolling across it. That's, of course, if you are using a headset that is plugging into the 3.5mm jack. Time to make some noise, folks. Here's how you could customize and quickly swap things out with your SCUF Vantage. So the faceplate comes right off and is held very securely by magnets. If you're feeling a little frisky, hey, I want to change the color of my SCUF Vantage, you can do that. And it snaps in securely and tight. It doesn't just pop off. So, you want to remove your sticks and change them? Well, SCUF Gaming has dome, concave, tall, short, whatever types of sticks you want, and it does take regular PS4 sticks as well, but you simply just remove the cover, put the stick right on it, and that's it. And I would highly encourage you to check out the different types of sticks. You know, some people like concave, some people like dome, some people like short. I myself, I like a short one on the left, and I like a tall one on the right. Now, the D-pad, you can also magnetically just throw on a disc if you want. It makes it a little bit easier hitting that D-pad, and that disc will come stock with a SCUF Advantage as part of your accessories. When it comes to the triggers on the SCUF Vantage, you can also change the colors, but you can change the length of them also. So here I'm putting some extra long ones on, and sometimes I like to fill around. I usually like on the actual fire trigger, that one to be short, but sometimes the aim down sight one on the left-hand side, I'll throw a long one on there. The SCUF Vantage does come with vibration modules, however, they are removable. So if you like a light controller, you simply remove the cover. You'll see them on the left and the right-hand side there. They simply pop right out and they pop right back in. So do you want a light controller or do you want a heavy controller? It's completely up to you. Again, further customization. I don't have the dimensions of the SCUF Vantage, but comparing it to the regular PlayStation controller as well as my SCUF Impact, you can see it is smaller than the SCUF Impact, and it seems like it's a little bit bigger than the Sony PlayStation controller. As we wrap up the video, let's go through some details. Price. It will be $169 for the wired model. If you want it wired and wireless, it will be $199. If you want to save a little money and help out old man Mesa here, you could go to scuffgaming.com, order the Vantage now, and use promo code MESAARMY. These will be available come September 25th. You can also buy this at GameStop.com or GameStop stores, but please go to scuffgaming.com and use promo code MESAARMY. You'll get a discount and it will help me out. So my conclusion is, well, it's killer. I love it. Here you can see I'm trying to fiddle around with putting or replacing sticks on my Impact, and safe to say, it's a lot easier on the Vantage. I love this controller. It's functional, it's easy to use, and you can customize it. If there's any more things you need to know, please tweet me. Follow me on Twitter at MesaSean, and I'll try to answer your questions as quickly as I can or find out that answer to that question. So do me a favor, leave me a hashtag made it to the end if you did make it to the end. Drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on the Twitter at MesaSean. Check out my stream, usually and always on YouTube, and that is it. I am out of here like Vladimir.